GameClub is a new gaming subscription service that resurrects some of the best depreciated mobile games from past years. Today I wanted to showcase 10 of my favorite games on the service. Number 10, we have Legendary Wars. Originally released January 27th, 2011, this was the first game released by Live Games. It's an action RTS RPG featuring side-scrolling and castle defense gameplay. You can unlock and use a range of characters, fight a diverse range of enemies, and upgrade your castle and heroes. Back in 2011, Apple featured the game many times on the App Store homepage, and it won the Best App Ever award for Top Strategy Game of 2011 and Top 25 Apps of All Time by Macworld. When Apple removed support for 32-bit games on the App Store, Legendary Wars was left behind. That is until this year when GameClub revived it. Like the other titles in the service, Legendary Wars is now a 64-bit app, has support for iOS 11 and newer devices, and supports new resolutions for current iPhone and iPad screens. Number 9 is Chippy. Chippy is a cooking time management game that shows the stresses of working in the fast food restaurant. You have to serve customers, take their orders, and prepare their meal before they become not so patient with you. As you're doing all this, you still need to make sure you don't burn the food, let flies hover around, and let the counter become too messy. It might sound easy, but once you get through the first few levels, it becomes hectic. When the game released on the App Store in 2013, it received the Apple Best New Apps and Games and What We're Playing and number 1 simulation game. Number 8, we have Hook Champ. Hook Champ is one of the oldest games on this list, releasing on the App Store in October 2009. In fact, in 2009, iOS was the main target platform for this game, because at that stage it was much easier for a small developer to enter the market and find success when compared to other, more popular platforms. Now, if we look at the mobile market today, that is no longer the case. The developer Rocket Games went on to create 2 follow-up titles, Super Quick Hook and Hook Worlds, which are also available on GameClub, but for me, Hook Champ is my favorite out of the series. Number 7 is Mellow Dive. I don't know any other games like this one. It's weird, immersive, confusing, and a little creepy. It's a 3D flight experience that works by you using the gyroscope on your iPhone or iPad. Moving left, right, up and down will change your direction, and you can tap on screen to boost. It takes a tremendous amount of practice to understand how to fly, but that's really the beauty of this game and the challenge that it brings to you. According to the developer Johan Gesterland, you should actually play this game with headphones and in a dark room. This allows you to see better and to be more immersed into the world. Back in 2013, when this game was released, it had support for a full 60 FPS experience on an iPad 2 and an iPhone 4S, and that's pretty incredible considering the hardware at the time. Johan is working on releasing his follow-up title, Fargoal, to iOS in the near future, and I'm really excited for that. Number 6, we have Plunderland. Here is another classic mobile game by developer Glitches. It was their first successful iOS game back in 2010, and according to them, it was installed on iPhone and iPod touches at every Apple store across the world. People could go into the Apple stores and just demo the game. That's incredible. Plunderland is a side-scrolling pirate game where you battle other pirates and take control of the seas. Players can shoot the ship's cannons, take down enemies, upgrade your ship and weapons, and much more. I love how to move the ship you just move your iPhone or iPad left and right. I think that's pretty neat, and how the weather in-game will change, making it more difficult to sail or to shoot at other ships. Number 5 is The Path to Luma. The developer for this game, Phosphor Games Studio, are known to create experiences that have powerful stories. They have brought games to a range of platforms, but found the most success on mobile. One of their most popular games was Path to Luma, which was awarded App Store's Best of 2015. It's a very pretty puzzle adventure game where you play as Sam, an android sent out to save abandoned planets and harness the power of clean energy. You have to save over 20 worlds here and solve puzzles along your journey. The Path to Luma presents players with a wonderful story of bravery, love for the environment, and bringing positive vibes or life back to a civilization. Number 4, we have The Sword of Fargoal. Here we have one of the first randomized dungeon games when it was released in 1982 for the Commodore 64. It saw a remake on iOS back in 2009 with the help of Mad Garden. For many, this was the best version yet. We had improved graphics and heaps of new content on offer. The goal in this game is to make it to the 20th floor, but also to retrieve the Sword of Fargoal, and in the end, make it out alive. You'll be exploring dungeons, battling lots of monsters, and avoiding traps. It's quite a challenging title though, so if you're a new player, it might be worth trying the Squay mode first, and looking at the game's guide on GameClub's website too.
Journey deep underground to find the Sword of Fargoal hidden within a dungeon filled with unspeakable perils.
Number 3 is MiniSquadron. In this game, you'll engage in 2D dogfights, will have access to more than 50 different aircrafts, and will battle swarms of enemies. The range of different enemies is incredible. We have fighter jets, bombers, UFOs, birds, a giant squid, flying sheep, and more. The gameplay is fairly simple, but Super Mono Limited crafted a well-balanced, polished, and addicting app. I also just love the presentation and the satisfaction of blowing stuff up. It has different modes too, such as Classic, Survival, and Multiplayer, and there are some different locations. It was a great game in 2009, and it's still a great game in 2019. Number 2, we have Hail to the King, Deathbat. This action RPG game has had an interesting history. It's by the music band Avenged Sevenfold, who back in 2013 decided to begin a new chapter in game development. And with the help of Subscience Studios, in 2013 they were ready to announce Hail to the King, Deathbat.
And I went to the guys and said, what if we made an Avenged Sevenfold game? And they said, it was just like a no-brainer. It was like, we have to do this.
This release would incorporate a video game and an animated series. It wasn't until October of 2014 that the game would release on the App Store though, and it was received with mixed reviews. Some loved it, and some not as much. One thing everyone could agree on though was that the soundtrack and art design were a great reflection of the band's image. It's a really great game in my opinion, and for those who also enjoyed it, we became very passionate about this one. Number 1, we have Super Crate Box. Now this game is the definition of an arcade title. It's all about fighting endless hordes of enemies and collecting every weapon crate you can. The more crates players grab, the higher your score will become, and this means you can unlock better gear for the next round. It's also incredibly challenging, but man do I love this aspect of the game. Plus the soundtrack is just brilliant. Originally, Vlambeer released it for Windows and macOS 10 in 2010, with the iOS and PS Vita versions to follow in 2012. Now they did release the game to the ill-fated Ouya in 2013, and there was a Commodore 64 demake which was also created too. But it's 2019 now, and the game has also not only been resurrected for mobile, but also for Nintendo Switch. It's a great game, I just adore it, and it reminds me of Exit the Gungeon from Apple Arcade, so perhaps that game took some inspiration from this one. Who knows? Have you played any games on GameClub yet? If so, which ones? Let me know in the comments. If you found this video useful, please leave a like, as this video required a heck of research. Subscribe and turn on notifications to be alerted about upcoming videos. Anyway, thanks for watching.